Hello and welcome to the One Time Podcast. My name is Miriam and I'm the host on this podcast where I talk about time management and productivity and getting things done without all the hustle and all the stress, because I don't really believe in the hustle culture. If you do, this is the wrong podcast for you. But since you're here, I think that we kind of agree. And yes, I wish you a Happy New Year. I wish you all the best for 2026. I hope that you could end 2025 in a good way, in a calm way, in a grateful way. That 2025 was a good year for you. Not always easy, maybe, but good. And yeah, that you could grow and learn and laugh. And yeah, it's the beginning of 2026, and the beginning of a new year often comes with New Year's resolutions. I'm sure you have had 10 emails in your inbox and 20 posts on LinkedIn and wherever you are that reminded you of that, and maybe you didn't even need a reminder, that a new year for many people also comes with this limbo of being excited, of maybe trying something new, but also this maybe feeling of guilt or a bit stressed if past New Year's resolutions didn't really work the way that you hoped they would work. Some people think New Year's resolutions are complete BS. Some like them and try them every year, and whichever group you belong to, I'm inviting you to stay with me. The idea for today's episode came to me when I sent the newsletter for my subscribers today, and that was also about New Year's resolutions. And I think one thing about New Year's resolutions and why they often fail is that we know what, but we don't know how. And the tricky thing with the how is that the how needs to fit into our lives, into our realities, into our circumstances. They need to fit, into our health and into our body, into our rhythm, and into so many things that it's pretty difficult to just go okay, I'm going to do this, period. That often, unfortunately doesn't work. And I think we can still give them a chance, because to me, resolutions, be it for the new year or whichever other time of the year, I think are something nice because they kind of show, or they're kind of a symbol for our willingness to grow, or our inner, us wanting to grow, right? That is something very human, trying new things, developing ourselves and experience life in a different way. And I think New Year's resolutions can be kind of a playful thing to experience our lives and our bodies and whatever it is in a different way. And that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the version of us that we are right now. It's just that maybe we want to try something new. Just like a little kid that can't speak yet, or a little kid that can't walk yet, there's nothing wrong with them. They're not worse of a person. They're just as good with or without. And this is the same for you and your New Year's resolution. Whether you stick to them or not, that is completely independent of your worth as a human being. And yet, if this is something that you want to try this year, then maybe I have some inspiration for you how you can make one or the other resolution work for you. As I said before, the obstacle that many face, me included, is that the how isn't very clear. Let's take, for example, I want to lose weight, or maybe I want to eat healthier. Then that is pretty vague. It's a good start, but it's nothing really concrete, and I wouldn't know, okay, how can I do this in my everyday life? Like if I never went for a run in 2025, then going for just one single run in 2026 would, statistically speaking, already be an increase of 100%, which sounds crazy, but is pretty, meaningless in a way. So that's not really what we're looking for, right? And also when it comes to eating healthier food, that is also very vague. Like, what does that mean? How do I want to feel then? Why do I want this? And being a bit more specific on the motivation behind it. One thing that works for me is to choose one little aspect of that resolution, like, okay, eating healthier food. Okay, one thing for me that would show me that I'm on the right track is that I ate one fruit every day. Maybe right now you don't eat a fruit every day, and that is something that you feel like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, somewhat manageable. Then we can look for ways on how to implement it into your life. So let's assume, for example, that every day before lunch at work, you are so hungry. You feel like you're starving, your stomach is talking to you, and like the last, I don't know, 20 minutes or whatever, you can't actually really focus because all your brain is reminding you of is, I'm hungry, I want food. Because if our basic human needs aren't met, then our body, our system will do pretty much everything to get us to satisfy that need. So we can take this as good information for our New Year's resolution. Because then why not set a timer or an alarm to, for example, 11 o'clock every day, and it will go off from Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock in the morning, so a bit before lunch, to remind you of first taking a break, like a screen break. Maybe your eyes want a break. Maybe your body wants a break from sitting. You can walk around a bit and you can eat your fruit. So you will be reminded every day, okay, now is apple time. Now is banana time. Now is strawberry time. So that will reduce friction because the question of when you're going to eat your fruit is answered. It's default. There's nothing you need to think about. Period. And that already will increase your chances by quite a lot. At least it does for me, because I pretty much have the same routine of eating something healthy after my second unit. We don't need to talk about units right now, but I pretty much have that routine and works very well for me. And another thing that could be difficult and something where we also want to reduce friction is actually having that fruit, right? Because if maybe your grocery shopping routine at the moment doesn't really include buying fruit, then you might just forget it. Human nature, we just forget it. And then it's 11 o'clock and you realize, I don't have a banana, I don't have an apple. And then there we go. And the day goes by maybe without eating that apple. Tragic. So what we can do, what I do, is I have this like running kind of grocery list on my phone with everything that I buy from A to Z as like a to-do list. So I can tick things off when I don't want to buy them, or I have them already, or I bought them. And everything that's not ticked is what I want to buy. And fruits is never ticked off. So every time I go to the grocery store, I will be reminded of buying fruits. So I pretty much buy fruits every time I go to the supermarket. And you can just do the same. I can share a picture of what I mean so that it maybe becomes a bit clearer to you what I mean. So that could be also an easy way. If you use the same kind of grocery list each time, then make sure that there is fruits on it all the time, basically, right? And you don't need to consciously make the decision of writing it on your list, which may be difficult if it's not in your mindset, like already. Good. Okay, now let's step actually one step back, because another thing with New Year's resolutions is that if they don't really feel like we own them, or if they don't really feel like aligned with where we want to go, then they are often also pretty meaningless and it's difficult to stick to them. So it's also about finding resolutions that actually make sense for you and that you feel like worth sticking to, right? What I do for that is reflecting on the past and setting an intention for the future. So what I did for 2025 was I sat down and I answered 2 questions. And these 2 questions were, okay, what were moments in 2025 that I want to keep in my heart and that I want to remember for the years to come. These can be moments that I shared with other people. It can be moments where I was just by myself. It can be anything that like made you feel like you are in the right place, in the right time. You do what you are meant to do. You are with the people you're meant to be with. You just have this, I don't know, these flow moments, these warm, heart-filled moments. So look at your year. Maybe you can use your calendar. Maybe you can go through your photos, through your notes, whatever you do, and then just write down those moments that made you feel good last year, right? And then I ask the second question. And the second question is, what was challenging last year? What were like in the face moments? What were maybe sad moments? What were angry moments? What were moments that kind of, throw me throw me off or kick me in the butt or whatever you want to call it. So I recollect them, not in the way of like going through all the anger again or whatever it is, just like, okay, this happened, this is how I felt. So I don't want to go like into it all, right? Just like noticing it and being like, okay, what can I learn from this now? How can I look at this now from a different perspective? How can I leave this in my memory as something that I learned from instead of something that I feel still bitter about? Because I think that all of the difficult situations that we face, we have kind of two options to go from here. Not like in the moment, but like in retrospect, right? I don't know. I'm not that conscious that I can just do it in the moment, be like, yeah, I need some time. So that in retrospect, I can choose, okay, do I want to be bitter about this? Or do I want to have a loving view on this? And I try to choose, and it's an ongoing practice, probably forever, to have a loving view on this, to forgive myself, to forgive other people, to see the learning in this, to see the compassion for myself, the compassion for others, because this is what I kind of want to be more in the world of, right? I want less bitterness in the world and more like, loving understanding in a way. So maybe you can also look at your year and be like, okay, what were difficult moments last year? What can I learn from them? If this was to happen again in the same way, similar way, whatever, how would I want to react if it was to happen again? So what tools, whatever it is, can I give my future self now to be prepared when there is such situations that provoke anger, that provoke sadness, that provoke misunderstandings, hurt feelings, or whatever. And then you can also write them down. I'm always in favor of writing everything down because I think it helps a lot. And then you have a nice list of things that you are grateful for that happened in 2025, that were happy moments, nice moments, warm moments. And then you have another list of things that were challenging and challenges that you acknowledge and that you can also be grateful for, that you went through them and you're still here, right? You managed to go through those situations. And from that, from these two questions, I'm thinking of, okay, what is a quality that I want to bring into 2026? And I usually try to boil it down to just one single word. Like if my year 2026 had a heading and that headline was just one word, what quality would I want in my life? And that can, for example, be strength or being strong. That can be loving or love. That can be simplicity or simplify my life. It can be authenticity. It can be growth. It can be, anything that you can think of. And then choose that one word. It can also be health. It can be, I don't know, whatever it is. And then choose that word for you, the one quality that you want to live in the coming year. And from that, think of something that will support you towards that quality. That is like a small routine that will remind you of, okay, this is the quality that I want to live in 2026. Yes, So, to wrap up this episode, if you have 15 minutes after listening to this episode, sit down, get pen and paper, look at 2025, think, okay, what was like awesome, great moments in 2025? And then what were maybe difficult moments in 2025? Looking at this, how do I want to live 2026 in a way that I can respond to my challenges in a healthier way and appreciate the good moments more deeply and get more of them? What is one word that could describe your intention? And then write down that intention and maybe have it on a sticky note so that you can get reminded of it, or have it as a note on your phone or wherever you look at frequently. And then again, I wish you all the best for 2026. I hope that I will see you, meet you, hear from you in any way. I'm always happy to connect. And if you like to have stories like these to your inbox, then please subscribe to my newsletter, subscribe to this podcast so that you don't miss future episodes. And see you somewhere. Take care. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. All the best. Yours, Miriam.